Hello, welcome back to Deco Dialed. So today's gonna be a little bit different format. I'm trying out some new things. So first off, welcome to my backyard. As you can see, I need to mow the grass and do some things, but it's been a long weekend, so I'm not gonna deal with it right now. However, what I'm gonna cover is I want to go over some of the goods, the bads, the uglies, and everything else about the 2026 Leupold Relentless NRL match that we just had over in Madras. So I first want to say thank you to Dane Lentz, the match director, John Snodgrass, primary match director, and Leupold Optics, obviously, for being the primary sponsor of this match. It's a great course of fire. Had, I think it was about 270 people total come out and shoot this over the last 3 days, and it was a really good time. I went out and shot it on Friday as an RO, then was able to help somewhat coach some people through over the next couple days and hopefully help out. So big thank you to them. Big thank you to Nosler. I was the lucky son of a gun that was able to pull a suppressor certificate off of the prize table. So I'm really looking forward to getting a suppressor for that. I got to figure out which one I want to get exactly, and obviously we'll see how it goes after that, and probably get a review on the board for all of that. So first thing I want to cover is a little bit of the match format. Dane Lentz does a very good job, and that he will run a small group of ROs on Thursday through the entire match, and then that group of about 10 ROs will help run the next ROs. It was about 40 of us on Friday, so we were able to get in and out, shoot a full day Friday, and be done at about the same time of a normal day of a competitor. So with that note, y'all ROs still shoot for points. Our first half was a really rough day. It was pouring down rain on us. We had fog come in, shut us down for a few hours, kind of intermittently. As soon as the fog lifted, I decided to immediately knock over a target. So the range went cold again. John had to run down, fix a target, and so that iced us for about another half hour. With that, the match we shoot over here in Madras is split up into two different 10-stage sides, 1 through 10, 11 through 20. So with that format, we were able to shoot 10 stages on the east side, and then take a quick lunch break and head over to the west side and shoot the rest of it. Same thing with the competitors. They'll shoot one side one day, then they'll switch sides on the next. So for us, our first half was really rough. I got my little cheat sheet because I can't keep track of most of this on my head. This is my little paper scorecard to keep track of everything. Another thing, sorry if this is windy. I'm testing out this little mic and how its little feather duster essentially works. So put it in perspective, I ended up in 29th overall out of, it was about 190 shooters. So I did okay. I made a bunch of mistakes at the beginning, which is just me not shooting matches in a long time. I shoot about one NRL match a year. My last PRS match was a few months ago. So I made a couple mistakes. That's 100% on me. For the most part, the equipment worked great. And so that first half with weather, me getting rusty and everything, I dropped 26 out of the 80 total points for that half. For the second half, I only dropped 17. So hopefully next time, we'll see if it's next year or if I end up trying to sneak my way into another match. My goal is going to be keep that 17 for both halves. Whether that's I'm shooting 2 days or 1 day, I'm going to try to drop no more than 40 points because I ended up dropping a bit more than that. So that's going to be a good goal for me. About a score of 140 out of 160 total. Yeah, definitely not 40, 120 points is going to be kind of my goal, or less. Or a little more. So we'll see. We'll figure out all that when I get there. I'm not really thinking too much about it, but I do quickly want to go over the gear I used to make this happen. Obviously, a lot of rifle accuracy starts at the heart. This is a 6.5 284 built for me by Justin over at Spinner Spit and Chamber, also known as Huey Do It. So a lot of people don't know him anymore, I guess, per se. He was huge in the East Coast. He still is, and great guy. Met him years ago while I was over in North Carolina, and good guy, makes a great rifle. And this thing has been an absolute hammer. I've shot matches with it now. Dane shot matches with it. It's shot ELR. It's shot in a couple NRL matches, and it's been a really good rifle. Besides the 150 Sierra Match Kings and 153.5 Burgers, it's eaten every single bullet we've ever put into it just fine. Unfortunately, I think its life's coming to an end. So we'll see how much longer that lasts. With that, the Masterpiece Arms ESR chassis, I had one on ELR rifle and I took it apart and it worked really good for me. So it's definitely not the best chassis on the planet, but I believe you can find them for relatively inexpensive, especially since this is a long action. I already had it on hand, so I'm not gonna try to change a whole lot. The heart of the action is a long action Remington 700. That's been trued by Justin, and you know, it's classic. You know, nothing wrong with them. Bartline, what's it? It's a Bartline Varmint / Sandaro Contour, little 20-inch barrel, and so I was shooting Berger 144s at about 28-30. So not super fast for this cartridge. I just loaded them really light and it worked out because we were shooting in the rain, and anyone who doesn't know, if you're shooting in the rain, you're gonna have significantly higher pressures, just because that water's getting in the chamber and expanding at the same time as everything else is going on in there. So it's a good thing that I was well under pressure, and everyone who was over pressure or at the max of pressure was finding out that morning. The muzzle brake I used, and I've seen used really well, is the Mountain Forged MFB. It's their Mountain Forged tuner brake. I've got the Delete kit, so it's just a regular self-timing muzzle brake. This thing's awesome. It really does tame the 6.5 284 to about a Creedmoor or a little smaller. So it's still a somewhat light rifle at the end of the day. And I was able to definitely see some misses or see the hits on target on the left or right edge, top or bottom. And a lot of that is due to this muzzle brake. So really grateful for that. For a little bit of balance, I just have a tack brass weight here. Puts me a little bit closer to the limit of weight and really balances the rifle out, having this much weight forward. Because these chassis usually are kind of butt heavy. So bam, helping balance that out. It's a little hard to see right here. I'll take it off real quick. I have an MDT Send It. I like having the electronic levels on my gun because they just kind of pop out for these type of matches, for field style matches. The angle, especially when you're shooting down one hillside or kind of across the hill onto another hill, your eyes want to make flat lines. So when both of the hills are on opposite angles, you're gonna kind of naturally tend to lean to one or the other, and having a level that pops out and you're not gonna be overlooking it helps a lot, at least helps me. So there's that. I threw the Bix & Andy Pro Sport X, yeah, Pro X. Honestly, I should know these models a little bit better, but that's a single stage. I like two stages as well. I'm gonna go back and forth. I'm gonna have a mix. I have a mix of both, two stage and single stages, and I really haven't decided to settle on one yet, but beautiful lightweight. I have it set at about 8 ounces, and so it's light, it works, it feels great, crisp. It obviously got abused this weekend. I probably can't tell right here, this rifle's still filthy because of the weather we had. We were laying in mud pits and the trigger kept up, the action kept up. Every single piece of gear on this rifle held up for some really wet and muddy conditions, and I'm really grateful for that. The grip is a long shot precision. That doesn't sound right. So it's not a long shot precision. It is the adjustable bag rider LSP. It might stand for long shot precision. Long shot's another company. I just here we go. I really like it. It's really vertical grip. It's really lightweight and has adjustable thumb shelves. And so you have a couple different options. It acts as an index finger rest and a proper spacer for that. And you can adjust it forward and backwards. This is a prototype. He has production ones have been out for years now at this point. I still need to get some, but that's on me. So I've really been liking that. The biggest change to this entire rifle setup and every single rifle setup I have is going from the zero compromise optics to the Leupold Mark V's. I wanted to get more scopes. I want to be a little bit closer to that, I guess, the normal consumer market. So I don't like to recommend things I haven't used a whole lot. And the Mark V is something that I haven't used a lot, and I know I've seen a whole lot of matches won by them, and a lot of people beat me. So I decided to trade the Z-Comp and get 2 Mark V's so I can have one on a loaner rifle and my primary rifle and get as many miles out of them as possible. They are super supportive of the industry. They're really local. I know a lot of people there, and it's a company I want to do my damnedest to support. So as always, thank you to them and everyone else that comes out, puts a lot of time and effort into making, you know, the industry grow in both the hunting and the shooting side. So Badger Ordnance rings. I like having a diving board. This set magically had them when I bought the scope with it, so I always like having diving boards just as a hand rest, as a level rest. There's a bunch of different attachments you can put on there, and so it is what it is. This is also a 7-35 Mark V with the PR2 reticle. Every single optic I buy from them this day forward essentially is going to be the 5-25 with PR2. A handful of reasons, but I think the size, the footprint, the weight, everything about those, and the reliability of those 5-25 Mark Vs is fantastic. So enough on that. So we got the rings, the scope, we've got the level, we've got the barrel, we've got the muzzle brake, we've got the action, the trigger, chassis, and the grip. Another little thing that I have that I really like is these little gray ops quick adjusts for the MPAs. If you're running any sort of MPA, they're super nice to have a really quick adjust up and down, mainly for cleaning your weapon system. Because you have your ramrod going in, I say cleaning rod, call it the right thing. Cleaning rod going in, and it's nice to be able to sink that sucker all the way down so you're not getting any solvent up and down your cheek piece. Whether you have a pad or not, it's nice to just, you know, keep everything clean. The next piece of equipment, we had a failure, but it wasn't my failure. So this bipod is, my bad, is the Dauntless M bipod, made by Mike Look, sold by him. They work great. Super lightweight. This bipod's about 21 ounces as is, and comes with the coveted 3-leg section twist lock carbon fiber. Super lightweight, really well, and there's a lot of them out there. There's a lot of people using the Dauntlesses and Dauntlesses M's out of this match. However, I was ROing, and it was, I forget if it was day 1 or 2. I'm thinking it was day 1 at this point. I watched a competitor come out, had his rifle down, was getting in position, was going prone, had the legs spread super wide, set his rifle down, and I watched one of the legs snap off right at this weak point right here. Right where the leg connects to the actual head itself. And so obviously I bring all my own gear out there still while I'm an RO for this situation. He didn't have a backup, so I ran to my truck, grabbed mine, said, hey, don't worry about it. Yours is gonna get fixed. If for some reason something happens to mine, because mine's still an older generation, don't worry about it. I'm getting a new one anyways. So after the ceremony, he found me and said, hey, I am really sorry I broke yours as well. So he was wanting to pay it on the spot. I wasn't gonna let him do that. And so I've already got my new replacement head in the mail, headed to my door from Mike Look. So he has gone, he's already done this. He's already known this. With these heads, they do have a weak point, and he's already gone through, redesigned. And he's also changed from soft aluminum to the 70-75 aluminum. So it's a completely redesigned head, and this is one piece that's not gonna fail as much, at least. And so he's under constant improvement of his things. That is the only failure that I had. That's the only thing that I knew to be careful about. And it's already being fixed, replaced, and upgraded as this video is getting made. So huge thanks to that. I am going to put this back, hopefully not drop the whole rifle. So boom, we got that. The next piece of gear is the Armageddon Gear Schmedium +1. This is directly from them nowadays. It's medium with 1 inch added everywhere. So before this match and before field matches, I will go through and actually add additional glass fill to it. It allows me to, you know, get up a little higher when I need to. And that's really important in a lot of these field matches. So having a significantly higher fill bag than normal for PRS use, essentially, is been a big plus, an advantage, and it's something I have seen an improvement on, and overall good thing. So that's my recommendation, is if you're using a bag and you have one that can get more fill, Add a little bit more fill to it for field matches. You need the adjustability. Next thing is going to say again, thank you to Salmon River Solutions. I pulled their tack table off the prize table last year, and I've used this thing a lot since then. I hadn't used one before, and I had been wanting to, but just didn't want to spend the money, and it's been great. It's an aluminum table. It has pre-drilled tapped holes in it, so if you want to add little studs for a little bit of gription, that's fine. For me, I just leave it as is and run it just like this with my binos on top. The next is the old reliable Really Right stuff. It's a TVC 33, 3-section. It's a little short for me. I need to get a new one, but this one's been working great for me. It's been working pretty damn good for me. So I'm just gonna leave it as is. I can't justify just throwing money at gear because I want something that's slightly different. So when I'm in the market for a new tripod, it's also probably gonna end up being one of the new Mountain Forest juggernauts anyways. Yes, they're made by Leupold. They're starting to move a lot of production to the US, and they're trying to do better than they're just blatant copywriting on various companies these days. So that's another topic. That's a very good tripod built for some really good people, and so it's got a lot of really good features. It's got match-winning features. As of this weekend, John and Matt both won teams over this weekend by a pretty good margin if it wasn't for 3 stages. And so it's something I always like, supporting people that are local and support small companies. So if I can help them, I'm just going to get one of theirs and have a bunch of good features to it. So that's my match recap. I am going to possibly be doing some more, in-depth gear pieces for this. I need to take some of this rifle apart because this scope right now is my only scope until my 5-25 gets here. And so this is going back in my PRS rifle. I got a new one of those coming up finally, so I'm gonna have a primary and a loaner rifle finally. So should be able to help out a lot of people with that and just keep it going. So obviously, thank you for coming by. This is a little bit longer video than normal. It's a little bit of a match recap. There's not more of a gear match recap per se, because obviously didn't talk about the match a whole lot. So that's it. That's it for me. Hopefully I can keep this streak and keep adding videos for y'all and just keep hammering out good content and helping people out. So my goal is always to try to get as much information and help people in any way possible, whether that's as an RO, helping them out on the stage as they go, or putting out some information on some gear that I find works and works well for me and has for other people. So good luck and have fun.